Okay, I decided that I'm going to record this video right here just to change up the scenery and to make this more conversational and casual. So I've been working with my coach now for a month. So I started this month at 255.6. I ended at 248. So that is a total of 7.6 pounds. Please check my math if I'm wrong, but I think that's right. So that was for the month of November. So that's the first thing I'm celebrating. The second thing I'm celebrating is I have gone from, on average, getting about 1,000 steps a day, to easily falling between 5 to 7,000 steps a day over 90% of the time. I am tracking with my Apple Watch, my phone, and my Fitness Pal is linked to my watch. So I'm averaging just a little bit under 6,000 steps a day. What has been helping me, I'll get into that in a minute. Number three, the third win I'm celebrating is that I've been tracking my food over closer to like 90% of the time, which blows my mind because if you would have asked me at the beginning of this challenge, that was the thing I was most concerned about, is tracking my food every day, tracking calories. Not even about the food as much as it is about calories, because in the past I would get so overwhelmed with tracking that I would just give up. And I've just been doing it day in and day out, even on days where I eat like an ass hat. Win number four, I check in with my coach every week, every Thursday. I'm either sending her an email or we are meeting on the WhatsApp, and we are checking in just about how things are going, the different assignments she gives me, workouts, food, all of that. And my fifth thing that I'm celebrating is I've been celebrating consistently throughout this month my non-scale victories. So that's from Weight Watcher days. They would say, make sure you check in with your non-scale victories. And it's any win that you have that doesn't have to do with the number on the scale. Because if you are someone who's on a weight loss journey, I implore you, I beg you, focus on things outside of the scale, because the scale will lie to you. It's not that it's lying about the number in which you weigh, but there's so many factors that go into that number that you can't fully just rely on that to determine how well you're doing. So you have to look towards other things to see. So some of my non-scale victories from this month is I went to a friend's birthday party at the High Museum, and the elevator was out and I had to walk up 5 flights of stairs, and I did it pretty much with ease. To compare it, March, April of this year, y'all, I couldn't even walk normally. I couldn't walk sitting upright. I couldn't put any weight on my knees. Going up a curb, let alone a step, was a lot for me. I would just buckle. And for me to be able to go up them steps and not buckle at all, I'm getting stronger. Another non-scale victory is my clothes feel different. Even though I can look at myself and see like, yeah, I still have weight. Absolutely, I have weight to lose. I can tell though in my face, in my clothes, that things are happening, even if other people can't quite tell yet. Because isn't it something like the first 4 weeks you'll notice, 8 weeks your closest friends and family will notice, and then 12 weeks everyone will notice? If you ever seen that like on Instagram or Pinterest, it's true. I'm noticing. And other non-scale victories, walking on the treadmill was a challenge at first, and now I just did what was it? Yesterday I did an hour. I didn't even realize I did an hour. I got caught up watching YouTube videos. And I'm even increasing the speed in which I have a treadmill going, the incline. I'm going up in weights on my workouts. I'm getting through my workouts without wanting to die. Because at the beginning I was like, okay. So yes. And there's so much more I've noticed. I just have more confidence, more energy, drinking more water. People are noticing like, oh, you are on it. You're consistent. We love a consistent queen. All right. The strategies that help me show up for myself this month is going to the gym every morning. On the mornings where, except Thursdays, I just immediately get up and I go to the gym. Most of those days, I'm just walking on the treadmill, because that is how I just wanted to develop the habit of going to the gym. And now with working through with my coach, I am doing workouts after that treadmill. So I'm on a treadmill for 45 minutes and then I get off the treadmill and I either stretch and go home or I do one of her workouts and go home. Her workouts include like full body weightlifting because I wanted to get it back into weightlifting. There are mobility workouts, there are ab workouts and glute workouts. The abs and glutes are for me because I want to develop my core. I hate doing core things, which is why me and Pilates, I don't know if we'll ever get along. But I want to be someone who does Pilates because I like the slower pace of it, but I need to get this core up though. And so I've been doing that. So I spend on those days where I'm doing the extra workouts, it's 90 minutes. On every other day, it's the hour. So try to get an hour in every day. At the first half of the month, I was taking Thursdays completely off. And now it's just walking helps so much with my mental clarity and the stress management that I just prefer going to the gym every day. You do you if that's not going to work for you. The second strategy that helped is prepping my food at some point, like having a big pot of something that I can eat off of the rest of the week. Lately, my go-to obsessive meal, because y'all, I got neurodivergence, and sometimes I can hyper focus on a meal. I will eat something over and over until I'm just done with it. But when I'm done with it, I'm done with it. So right now, that meal has been chicken pot pie chicken pot roast. Chicken pot roast. Instead of using beef, using chicken. I'll try to, if I remember, I'll put the link down to where I got the recipe from. So good. It's just a bunch of vegetables, meat, and broth. And it does the job. It does it so well. This week, though, I think I'm going to make soup. I've been thinking about it like a pea potato soup, so we'll see. But yeah, having something that at the end of the day, I know, or in the middle of the day when things are getting too busy, I don't have to think about what to eat. I could just warm it up and go about my business. And then the third strategy that's been helping me is to preload my food at the beginning of the day into my Fitness Pal. Because I've been pretty much eating the same things consistently, I just go ahead and preload it. Now, if I'm switching it up, I'll switch it up. But throughout the day, if I don't end up eating those things or I change it, that's something simple. But at least it's preloaded into my Fitness Pal and I can see that I am going to hit my numbers because starting last week, Coach wanted us to track macros. Now, macros are the amount of protein, fat, and carbs you're eating every day. And for me, the struggle has been protein. I'm not a big meat eater, and I don't always think to go towards protein. I have a little bit of angst around this part of the tracking, but I told myself that I was committed to following her 8-week process, and that is what I'm going to do before I make any judgments, before I say it doesn't work for me, before I say I disagree with it. I just wanted to come back and try it so that I can have an informed decision. Because it's been so long since I tracked calorie or macro, at least 10 years, that I wanted to see how it is now. But I will tell you that right now, at the halfway mark, I'm still a little bit, let me say this. I'm grateful for the tracking because I learned so much about my eating habits and what I thought I was eating versus what I'm really eating. So that's been great. Getting into the weeds of tracking numbers and trying to hit this, what I consider a high protein goal of 120 grams, it got me a little, but I'm going to work on that mindset because in order to show up and do this process for the next 4 weeks, I have to buy into it. I can change my mind later, but I'm going to have to nip that in the bud because even though I think it isn't going to bother me of me having this attitude of like, I don't know about this, it definitely does show up, y'all. And so if you're someone who's like, we'll see, just know that that's showing up in your results. So I am committed, doubling down on hitting the macros that she has set out for me. Okay, moving on to obstacles that are preventing me from showing up. Number one, I have not been giving myself enough breaks throughout the day. I have ramped up my production in terms of work, but I'm not giving myself breaks. And what ends up happening is by the end of the day, I'm so tired and that my mind is like, you know what we should do? We should eat. Yes. But listen, it's real smart. It's like, we're not going to eat just, we're not going to eat the best stuff. We are going to go find some apples, some grapes. Grapes is really the thing. Last night, it was pecans. I was like, girl, this is a fat. What are you doing? But like eating at night because I'm tired. What I've learned about myself, and I got a little bit of coaching earlier today from a different program, It's that I'm eating because I'm tired. And you think it would make sense to just, you're like, go lay down. But I haven't had a moment to transition from working to sleeping. So I guess the other part too is developing a routine to help my brain say, okay, work is over and let's start to come down and go to sleep. Because what I've been doing is stopping working and immediately just going to lay down, and my body needs more of a routine. What I was doing before was taking a bath every night, and that helps me to calm down. Because my cousin is living with me now, I got out of that habit because it would require me to clean the tub out and then take the bath and then go lay down, which is an extra step. But me hearing myself say that out loud now, I at least need to commit to 2 to 3 baths a week because it helps so much. The second obstacle is not focusing on protein first thing in the morning. I love a carb, okay? Who don't love a carb? I don't understand those people. But anyway, because I'm not focusing on protein, this is what I real talk normally do. I'll just eat something. Normally, it's like a piece of bread with peanut butter or something, a bar or something. I'll eat it and then I'll preload my Fitness Pal. That's not helpful because now I'm preloading to work around the thing that I ate. And instead, if I could just start the day off with protein, I won't have to like work around things as much. So focusing on protein first thing in the morning helps me to hit my numbers than when I just try to like hodgepodge it. Obstacle number 3, I'm just simply not sleeping enough or drinking enough water, which is like a basic thing for me. I have this thing with my clients, we call them the Scholar Basics, and they're just 5 things you do every day, like you strive to do every day. 2 of them, one is drinking 64 ounces of water a day and sleeping or resting 7 hours a night. And I've been hitting the 64 ounces of water, but I'm realizing that with the working out and the other things, I need a good 3 liters of water, which is about 90 or so ounces of water. I need to drink more water because I noticed that I just function better and my body is able to release the water weight. And then sleep. Your brain, your body needs to function on sleep. I've been doing about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, not the full 7, just because I've been working more, going to sleep later, still waking up early. So I am definitely going to be focusing on these obstacles the second month. Now, how did I ask my community to show up for me? I've been checking in with my coach every week and asking for recommendations about protein or just being honest about the protein. I've been allowing her, this sounds probably silly, but I've been allowing her to give me, like she's been celebrating my success. And I'm so uncomfortable when she does it, but I've been learning to tolerate it. Often we think that when we're trying to change a habit that we just need to jump straight to being the new version of us. Usually the next step is me trying to like shut people down on their comments. The next step is, what if you just sit here and breathe and nod? That's tolerating. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to take it in and I'm going to sit here with these uncomfortable feelings. And I'm going to talk to myself and say, the evidence doesn't lie. She's not making it up. She's not blowing smoke up your ass. You did lose 7.6 pounds. You are working out every day. You are consistently tracking your food and getting your steps. You are killing it. And so I am just learning to sit in that and breathe because that's all I can do. At my mom, when she was visiting, she went walking with me and that was helpful in terms of community. And my cousin got me a cake, a little butt cake, confetti cake. It was so good. And it was a way for me to celebrate. I don't always celebrate with food, but that was good. And it was the perfect size. And it came in clutch when the PMS symptoms started getting to me. I forgot to say this. Another win I want to say is I had COVID, y'all. I can't say that on the YouTube, can I? I had the C word and I still was showing up and tracking my food. Now, most days I didn't get over 1,000 calories, but I was tracking, which it blows my mind. 2 of those days I was able to go outside and breathe fresh air. One of those days before I realized that I really did have it, I did go outside and walk. That was the last exercise I did for a solid week because if you haven't had this virus, it takes you out. It just wipes you out. There's none, I don't know what you're doing. You just get wiped out. So yeah, what grade would I give myself this month? An A-. I would give myself A- because y'all, I have been killing it. Like I've been doing so well. Like I'm even shocked with how well I've been doing. And the only reason why it's a minus, because I know my clients right now are yelling at the screen because I yell at them. But the only reason why it's a minus is because this last week or so, I've been a little bit beside myself. I got a little bit more lax on tracking, lax on what I've been eating, and by no means have I fallen off. But it's the scale is reflecting, my body's reflecting, like, and it's water. I could tell you it's water because I now know how my face looks with the water weight. So we just gonna bring that in before we get too carried away, because habits or weight gain or weight loss isn't something that just happens overnight. I think most people think it's just like an overnight thing. No, you gradually through your habits gain weight. So when people say like I didn't gain this weight overnight, so I'm not gonna lose it overnight, that's what they mean. Like you gradually, it happens so slowly that you don't realize that the habits you have or the food you're eating is the reason why you're gaining weight. And in the same way, to undo that takes time. But I'm saying it in this case to say the reason why I'm like, we got to get in there is because this is how it starts. It starts with like, oh, I don't need to track today, or I got it. I lost 8 pounds. It's fine. And then slowly I will be back to 255. So let's go to next month. Next month, my goal is about the same, to lose about 8 pounds. I would love to get to 240 or below by the time I check in with y'all next. My priorities are going to be water, sleep, and 120 grams of protein in that order. Seriously, in that order. I'm going to focus on hitting the 90 ounces of water in my 7 hours of sleep and 120 grams of protein. I'm also going to add in my 2 to 3 baths a week because that will help. This particular week, what I'm going to focus on is drinking 90 ounces of water, get in bed by 11 p.m., and start every morning with protein. That looks like, because I do my meal plan, I'm going to start off most likely with eggs, and then I'm going to go get some turkey, because salad with turkey has been helpful. And then, like I told y'all earlier, I'm thinking about a pea protein and chicken soup, but I'll be sure to record that. If you are curious about what I'm eating, working out, my daily life, I invite you to watch my Vlogmas series. This is a Vlogmas video. You should definitely watch it because I'm having fun with it. I'm starting to get into a little groove. But yeah, I feel like this video is probably longer than I wanted it to be, so I'm going to end it there. Let me know, are you on a weight loss journey? How are things going for you? And let's keep it going in the comments. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.